It seems like a mass exodus is happening as players continue to leave the Chicago Sky. We have two more players added to the list of players who will not be returning to the Chicago Sky in the 2023 season. We're going to talk about that, plus a new signing that I'm pretty excited about coming to the Chicago Sky. We're going to talk about all that and more right after this.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host, Haize.
All right, Sky fans. So the biggest domino fell and that we were all waiting for, and that is Breanna Stewart has taken less money to sign with the New York Liberty, and Courtney Vandersloot is indeed joining her, as the speculation was going on that Stewie wanted to play with Vandersloot. She also signs to the New York Liberty, and they have now formed a super team. That is to combat the super team that was just formed with the Las Vegas Aces. So now the New York Liberty starting lineup looks like Courtney Vandersloot, Sabrina Ionesco, Britaja Laney, Breanna Stewart, and Jonquel Jones. That is a formidable, super talented lineup, and that is going to be a fun team to watch in the W in this upcoming season. And so with that being said, you would think that it would kind of start an arms race going on in the WNBA, but now that domino has fallen, we're going to probably see a string of more signings now as free agency comes to that period where players can start officially signing with teams, and it's all going to start coming to a head at this point. We also have Crystal Dangerfield signing with the Dallas Wings. Again, another signing there. And so it's amazing to see how the WNBA has grown. You have players now taking less money, and a major one in Breanna Stewart, to form a super team to make sure that they have every opportunity to sign and get that chip. So it looks like, and super teams aren't uncommon in the WNBA in a smaller degree than what we see now. But now we are going to see what is most people are going to have destined to be the WNBA Finals matchup of the Las Vegas Aces versus the New York Liberty. And the Las Vegas Aces starting lineup: Kelsey Plum, Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young, Candace Parker, and A'ja Wilson. That is a great lineup. I can't wait to see these two teams come to battle against each other in the regular season, during the playoffs, during the finals, the Commissioner's Cup, whatever it is. That is going to be two exciting teams to watch. But as we know in the WNBA, the team that's always favored doesn't always end up being the teams that are in the finals. But an exciting season, an exciting offseason, one of the more fun off seasons already that we've had in the WNBA, and it just sucks that a lot of it is applying to the Chicago Sky as far as them losing players. But we also have an update on that. It looks like Allie Quigley is also sitting out the 2023 season, but she is not retiring, so she may come back in the future. But it's unlikely. That's probably to the Chicago Sky, but you never know. But she's not coming back. Azura Stevens also signs with the Sparks, and so she's not coming back to the Chicago Sky either. But we do have a signing finally to talk about when it comes to the Chicago Sky. They signed guard Courtney Williams, who's only 28 years old, still has a lot left ahead of her. Last year averaged 11 points per game, 4.6 rebounds, 3.3 assists, and 1.1 steals, or one steal per game. And she did it all on 42% shooting and 33% shooting from the three-point range. She's a career 35% shooter from three-point range. So when you look at combining her and Kahleah Copper, that's two physical, tough WNBA players that is going to be a nice team to have for the Chicago Sky, a nice base to build around. We still kind of hope and expect Dana Evans to have a larger role on this team as well. We still don't know what's going on with Ema Mieseman. Rebecca Gardner, we probably expected her definitely to come back now that Azura Stevens is also gone. That you pair that with Dana Evans, who's staying, Julie Alleman, who's still here, Ruthie Hebert, who's still here. But that's a heavy guard lineup. The Chicago Sky are going to start having to add some big women to this, like the forwards and centers we're going to need. We do have Lee Yaru, who's still on the roster, was a rookie from last season who did not play very much. And honestly, if I'm being 100% honest with you, didn't look the best in her time playing either. But she only averaged 1.8 points, 1.5, but she didn't play very much. So we're not going to judge her based off that. But I don't know if James Wade and the Chicago Sky have a lot of faith in her, but we're going to have to start seeing the Chicago Sky start signing some forwards and centers to really add to this roster. We know Kahleah Copper last season played the three primarily, so she could possibly still do that. You then bring Dana Evans as the starting one to pair with Courtney Williams. You have Dana Evans, Courtney Williams, and Kahleah Copper possibly as your starting 1, 2, and 3. Again, not for certain on that. Even though I'm completely bought into the potential of Dana Evans, we haven't really seen that James Wade is, so we'll see what happens with that. But this team is going to have, this is going to be a completely different team than we're used to. And a lot of the players who have been, who are here on that championship team and have been here for multiple years are just not going to be on this roster anymore. So to really see how this team not only comes together in their style of play, but also just how they fill out the rest of this roster is going to be an interesting time to just watch. And I know a lot of Sky fans aren't necessarily feel the best over Coach James Wade. I'm kind of hit or miss with him. I wish that he would have utilized some players a little bit better, gone deeper in that bench. But we'll see what it ends up meaning for the Chicago Sky. It's going to be an interesting and fun season, and I'm excited about the signing of Courtney Williams, who can come into this. She's been in the league for almost a decade at this point. So having her come in and be able to be added, a veteran who's still fairly young, who can still go out and ball, and who can definitely play. She comes from the Connecticut Sun, and she's averaged 16 points per game at one point in this league. Matter of fact, just in the 2021 season, she actually averaged 16 points per game for the Atlanta Dream. So we get to see how she's going to have a big, large part of this offense as everything's shaping up now. So what's the scoring output that she can give from us going into the 2023 season? You guys can let me know down below. How do you feel about the Courtney Williams signing? But that is it from us for today. Make sure you're tuned in and locked in. Make sure you follow us at Chicago Sky Pod on every social media platform. You can also send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoSkyCentral@gmail.com. And then last, if you want to leave a text and or voicemail, we do share this voicemail with Chicago Bull Central, but the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the #1 spot for everything Chicago Sky related. I'll see you guys on the other side. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.